Filtered versus unfiltered coffee. One clogs arteries fast. Does your morning coffee ritual help or harm your heart? If you're drinking unfiltered coffee, you might be unknowingly clogging your arteries with every single cup. But do not worry. I'm going to show you exactly which brewing method protects your cardiovascular system and which one puts you at risk. Here is what most people do not realize. It is not just about drinking coffee for health benefits. The way you brew your coffee determines whether you are getting powerful antioxidants that protect your heart, or whether you are consuming compounds that can raise your cholesterol by up to 20 points. This is not about giving up your beloved morning ritual. It is about making one simple change that could add years to your life. The surprising truth is that the most popular brewing method in many households, the one sitting in kitchens across America right now, might be doing more harm than good. And the brewing method that offers the most protection? It is probably not what you think. As someone who has spent over 15 years researching nutrition for adults over 60, I've analyzed dozens of studies on coffee and cardiovascular health. What I discovered will change how you think about your morning cup forever. This is not theory. These are real findings from major heart health studies involving over 500,000 people. Before we dive in, I would love to know where my coffee-loving community is watching from today. Drop your city and country in the comments below. I'm going to walk you through 4 different brewing methods today. Number 3 might shock you. It is the method many people think is healthiest, but it actually contains compounds that can significantly impact your cholesterol levels. And number 4, it is a method that most people overlook, but it might be one of the safest options for your arteries. Filtered coffee, using paper filters and drip machines or pour-over methods, is like having a personal bodyguard for your cardiovascular system, reducing your risk of heart disease and stroke while delivering powerful antioxidants straight to your bloodstream. Here is the fascinating science behind this. Coffee beans contain 2 types of compounds. The good guys are called polyphenols. These are antioxidants that fight inflammation in your arteries and protect your heart. The potentially problematic ones are called diterpenes, specifically cafestol and kaolin. These are oily compounds that can raise your LDL cholesterol. That is the bad cholesterol that clogs arteries. When you use a paper filter, something remarkable happens. The paper acts like a selective barrier. It lets all the beneficial polyphenols pass through into your cup, but it traps those cholesterol-raising diterpenes. It is like having a security system that lets the good compounds in and keeps the harmful ones out. To get maximum benefits, use this method. Choose a paper filter, not metal mesh or cloth. Pour your hot water slowly over the grounds, allowing about 4 to 6 minutes for the brewing process. Aim for 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground coffee per 6 ounces of water. The optimal temperature is between 195 and 205 degrees Fahrenheit. If you do not have a thermometer, let your water cool for about 30 seconds after boiling. If you are sensitive to caffeine, start with lighter roasts and smaller portions. People taking blood thinners should stick to no more than 2 cups per day and always check with their doctor. For those with acid reflux, try cold brew filtered coffee. It is up to 70% less acidic. I remember working with Aoif, a 67-year-old from Arizona. She had been drinking espresso for decades, but her cholesterol levels kept creeping up despite medication. When she switched to filtered coffee using a simple pour-over method, her LDL cholesterol dropped 18 points in just 3 months. Her cardiologist was amazed, and Oifa says she actually prefers the cleaner, brighter taste of filtered coffee now. And if you want more tips and enjoy the benefits of coffee, I have prepared an ebook with 5 tricks and coffee preparations that can change your quality of life. A link in the first comment. Now, if filtered coffee is the heart protector, espresso falls into what I call the moderate zone. It can be part of a healthy routine, but portion control becomes crucial. Espresso, when consumed in small amounts, think 2 to 3 shots per day maximum, can actually support longevity and provide concentrated antioxidants without overwhelming your system with cholesterol-raising compounds. Espresso uses high pressure and a short extraction time, typically 25 to 30 seconds. This method does extract some of those diterpenes we talked about, but in much smaller quantities compared to other unfiltered methods. Think of it this way. You are getting a concentrated dose of both the good and the potentially problematic compounds. But because the serving size is small, the overall impact on your cholesterol is manageable for most people. Stick to true espresso serving sizes. That is about 1 ounce per shot, not those large coffee drinks you see at coffee shops. Limit yourself to 2 to 3 shots per day, preferably in the morning or early afternoon. If you are making espresso at home, ensure your machine reaches the proper pressure. 9 bars is ideal. People with existing high cholesterol should be more cautious with espresso. If your LDL is already above 130, consider switching to filtered coffee or limiting espresso to once per day. Those with anxiety or sleep issues should avoid espresso after 2 p.m. Alistair, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Oregon, was drinking 6 shots of espresso daily. His doctor was concerned about his cardiovascular risk. Instead of giving up espresso entirely, Alistair switched to 2 morning shots and replaced his afternoon coffee with filtered cold brew. His energy levels stayed consistent, but his cholesterol improved, and he sleeps much better now. This brings us to the brewing method that surprises most people, and not in a good way. Many coffee enthusiasts swear by these methods for their rich flavor, but your arteries might be paying a hidden price. French press, Turkish coffee, and Scandinavian boil coffee create incredibly rich, full-bodied flavors that many coffee lovers adore. However, these unfiltered methods can raise your LDL cholesterol significantly. We are talking about increases of 15 to 20 points in some studies. These brewing methods allow all those diterpenes, cafestol and cowell, to flow directly into your cup. Without a paper filter to trap them, you are consuming 5 to 10 times more of these cholesterol-raising compounds compared to filtered coffee. It is like the difference between a gentle rain and a downpour. Your body simply cannot process these compounds efficiently when they arrive in large quantity. Here is what shocked me in the research. People who regularly consumed unfiltered coffee showed cholesterol increases within just 4 weeks. In one Norwegian study involving over 40,000 people, those drinking unfiltered coffee had significantly higher rates of cardiovascular events compared to filtered coffee drinkers. If you absolutely love your French press, here are some heart-smart modifications. Limit unfiltered coffee to 2 to 3 cups per week maximum. Not daily. Consider mixing. Have filtered coffee most days and save your French press for special occasions. You can also try using a paper filter in your French press. It changes the texture slightly but removes most diterpenes. If you have existing heart disease, high cholesterol, or a family history of cardiovascular problems, I strongly recommend avoiding regular consumption of unfiltered coffee methods. The risk simply is not worth it. Reese, a 65-year-old from Texas, was passionate about his morning French press ritual. When his cholesterol jumped 22 points during his annual checkup, his doctor suggested looking at all possible factors. Reese switched to filtered coffee during the week and kept his French press for Sunday mornings only. 3 months later, his cholesterol had returned to healthy levels, and he still gets to enjoy his favorite brewing method occasionally. Now, after learning about those dangerous compounds in unfiltered coffee, you might think all hope is lost if you want convenience. But what if I told you there's a brewing method that most people dismiss as inferior, yet it might actually be protecting your heart better than that expensive espresso machine? The coffee snobs will not like this, but the science is undeniable. Instant coffee provides similar heart protective benefits to filtered coffee, offers convenient portion control, and virtually eliminates the cholesterol-raising compounds that plague other brewing methods. The instant coffee manufacturing process involves brewing coffee at high temperatures, and then removing the water through freeze drying or spray drying. This process naturally filters out most diterpenes while concentrating the beneficial polyphenols. Essentially, the manufacturer has done the filtering work for you. Studies show that instant coffee drinkers have similar protection against diabetes, cognitive decline, and cardiovascular disease as filtered coffee drinkers. In fact, some research suggests instant coffee might have even higher concentrations of certain antioxidants due to the manufacturing process. Choose high-quality instant coffee brands. Look for 100% Arabica beans when possible. Use 1 to 2 teaspoons per 8-ounce cup of hot water. For maximum antioxidant benefits, do not use boiling water. Let it cool for a minute after boiling. You can enhance the flavor by adding a pinch of cinnamon or a splash of unsweetened almond milk. Some instant coffees are higher in acrylamide, a compound formed during roasting. Choose lighter roasts when available and brands that specifically mention low acrylamide processing. If you are watching sodium intake, check labels as some instant coffees contain added salt. Chloe, a 69-year-old grandmother from Florida, always thought instant coffee was somehow inferior. When she learned about the health benefits and convenience, she decided to try it during her busy weeks caring for grandchildren. Not only did she find several brands she genuinely enjoyed, but her morning routine became so much simpler. Her latest cholesterol test showed excellent numbers, and she has more time for what matters most to her. Before we wrap up, there is one more factor that affects all brewing methods: the hidden danger of plastic components in your coffee routine. When hot water contacts plastic parts in coffee machines, capsule systems, or plastic filters, it can release microplastics and chemical compounds directly into your coffee. Studies have found that single-serve plastic pods can release billions of microplastic particles per cup. These microplastics can accumulate in your bloodstream and potentially contribute to inflammation, exactly what we are trying to avoid for heart health. Some of the chemicals released, like BPA and phthalates, can disrupt hormone function and may affect cardiovascular health. Choose coffee makers with stainless steel or glass components. If you use single-serve machines, look for compostable pods made from plant materials. Avoid letting coffee sit in plastic thermal carafes for extended periods. When possible, Use ceramic, glass, or stainless steel mugs instead of disposable cups. Let us bring this all together with what matters most for your heart health and daily enjoyment. Your best choice for cardiovascular protection is filtered coffee, whether that is a simple drip machine, pour over, or even high-quality instant coffee. These methods give you all the antioxidant benefits while protecting your arteries from cholesterol-raising compounds. Espresso can be part of a healthy routine if you keep portions small and frequency moderate. Think quality over quantity. The methods to approach with caution are the unfiltered ones, like French press, Turkish coffee, or boiled coffee. They are not forbidden, but they should not be your daily go-to if heart health is a priority. And remember the plastic factor. Choose equipment that minimizes hot water contact with plastic components. The beautiful thing about this knowledge is that it does not require you to give up coffee entirely. It is about making informed choices that align with your health goals while still enjoying this wonderful ritual that brings so much pleasure to your day. Your morning coffee can be both a source of joy and a contributor to your longevity. That is a win-win situation that is worth pursuing. Which brewing method are you most excited to try, or do you have questions about adapting your current routine? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing from this amazing community. If this information was helpful, consider subscribing for more evidence-based health tips designed specifically for adults who want to thrive in their golden years. And remember, small changes in how we prepare our food and drinks can lead to significant improvements in how we feel and how long we live. Here's to your health, one perfectly brewed cup at a time. Remember, if you want, I will make available our complete guide for seniors on supplements and health products that can change your quality of life. Link in the first comment with a limited time offer.